Welcome to Dr. Jim Unleashed. What is Dr. Jim Unleashed? This very first episode is what I want to do is explain where we're going with these Dr. Jim Unleashed episodes. The Lord told me a while back, you need to start teaching in smaller bite-sized pieces. The revelations that I give you and the activations that I give you for my people in business. Those of you that have been around me for a while know that my assignment is to teach God's people, your unfair advantage in business and all the spiritual power that includes. Well, we're beginning now, Dr. Jim Unleashed. And from now on, every time you come and listen to one of these 5 to 8 minute Unleashed episodes, short, bite-sized, supernatural business-focused episode, you're going to hear me say, welcome to Dr. Jim Unleashed for another provocative, profound, prophetic, and practical insight into how to do business supernaturally, to unleash your supernatural power in your business. Now, why unleashed? Why are we calling it unleashed? Let me give you an example. For those of you that are watching right now on any of our video channels, and we on a lot of places, YouTube, we'll put these on LinkedIn and Facebook, but also I'm encouraging you right now, before I get into the quick teaching, start following us on Rumble. A lot of my friends are starting to get deplatformed and also squelched on other social media channels. We're loading up Dr. Jim Harris on our Rumble channel. We're adding quickly all of the past Unfair Advantage shows, and these Unleashed shows will also be there as well. So, after that quick plug, and you can follow me at Dr. Jim Harris on all my social media, I'm holding up literally, and you can see, it's a dog leash. It's one of our dog buddies' leashes. This is the one I keep in my vehicle. What is the purpose of a leash? When you think about it, in our case for a dog, what's the purpose of a leash? A leash attaches to you by your master, by your owner, and it keeps you at bay, keeps you close. It only allows you so much freedom. Well, guess what? So often we in faith, in the Christian faith, but even in business, we're tied to leashes by others that only allow us to go so far into actually believing that we do have supernatural power and ability beyond our natural ability to do business. Dr. Jim Unleashed is going to be my occasional times to help you become unleashed from, if you will, denominationalism and cessationalism, of dispensationalism that attempts to leash us up from doing everything we can do that Jesus has promised that we can do. The same power that he had walking as a pastor on earth, he gave to his businessmen. And let me give you one verse. In fact, I'm just going to toss away this leash because we want to be unleashed, to unleash his power throughout our business. Let me give you just one verse to back it up. Everything we do is based upon the word. At the end of Luke, you know this verse well, but this is where Jesus starts saying, hey guys, here it comes. At the end of Luke, chapter 24, verse 29, he's appeared after his resurrection to the disciples. And the last thing Luke records in his gospel before Acts, when he wrote Acts, is this. You are witnesses of these things, verse 49. And behold, I'm sending you the promise of my Father, written about in John 14 and 16. Holy Spirit, to be led. Everything we do at Unfair Advantage is about how to be led and how to be powered. I'm sending you the promise of my Father upon you, that he will even tell you things to come, Holy Spirit. And finally, but you are to, hold on, guys, you're to stay in the city. You stay here until you are clothed, some translations say imbued with power from on high, with dynamis, with supernatural power from on high. Even in Luke, before Jesus ascended, he said, the power's coming, you wait. We'll come back and talk more about chapter 2 in Luke and what all that means. But that was the differentiation. He was saying, gentlemen, You're starting to become unleashed. We're going to unleash you and show you new ways. And these are all business guys, tax collectors and fishermen and many others like that. Another reason we're calling this Dr. Jim Unleashed in this introductory overview is that I didn't realize it at the time, but that's a key part of even the book that the Lord have me write. Holy Spirit said, I don't want you to write a book about me. You know, you've heard the story, many of you. Unleash the power of Holy Spirit in your business. So this new beginning for Dr. Jim Harris Ministries beyond, and we will continue to record the Unfair Advantage Show, which is interviews and case studies, sometimes me teachings. We're going to weave in Dr. Jim Unleashed under those umbrellas of the longer interviews and case studies of men and women like you doing business by the power and the guidance of Holy Spirit with these short, bite-sized, provocative, profound, prophetic, and practical insights. Now, why those 4 words? Provocative basically means unapologetic. What I purpose for you is that when I bring these to you, I'm unapologetic. I am all about the full power of the kingdom of heaven working through you, working through me, so that we can do everything that Jesus wants to do through Holy Spirit, our communication conduit. So everything we do in business has following signs, wonders, and miracles. In fact, as your teacher, consider me your Jethro to you, Moses, if you will, if you want to go back to a good Exodus 18 example. What will verify my teaching to you are the signs, miracles, and wonders that follow what you do. So if you are experiencing signs, wonders, and miracles, we'll go a lot more into that in the future, through what we teach, let me know, because that tells me that I'm on track. So I purpose to make these Dr. Jim Unleashed episodes provocative. That means unapologetic. Also, I weigh it on, is this profound enough to take up someone's time? Profound just simply means insightful. Is there a deep revelation? Is there something here that is profound enough to get people's attention, not just blabbing stuff, but actually worth listening to, filling that 5 to 8 minutes with something worthy? I weigh that and I pray very hard about, is this profound enough for my friends, my followers, my fans, my students, my colleagues, my fellow sojourners? Is it worth listening to? Prophetic. Don't be all upset about this prophetic concept. When you look at 1 Corinthians 14:3, I could read it, but I know it so well, I just share it with you. All through 1 Corinthians 12 and 1 Corinthians 14, the word says we should all desire to prophesy. Even Moses said, I wish that all would prophesy. Even then, when you look at prophecy and its fundamental elements, in 1 Corinthians 14:3, it simply says, when you prophesy, you edify, you build up others. When you see someone that needs an edification, a building up, and you say, Lord, how can I help them? How can I encourage them? You're prophesying. It also says to exhort, which in my way of looking at it, you can do more. You can get there. I'm going to exhort you. I'm going to not push you, but I'm going to give you the confidence, help build up your confidence. So I'm going to edify, I'm going to build you up, and I'm going to exhort you. And the third thing, 1 Corinthians 14:3 says, is comfort. I call that encouragement. I like to refer to that as the 3 E's. Dr. Jim Unleashed, each episode, I pray, will give you a prophetic word of edification, exhortation, and encouragement, I pray. And finally, practical. I'm a how-to guy. In the role of an apostolic teacher, I'm to take what the word reveals to me, what apostles and prophets say in the business sector and other sectors. I'm the one who is designed by the grace of God to interpret that and say, here's what you do with it. Here's how to put action to those revelations, revelation, interpretation, activation. I wanted to take this very opening episode just as an introduction. I hope you get a sense of what we're trying to do with Dr. Jim Unleashed. This will be sometimes current events, sometimes it will be literally a word from the Bible, but it's all wrapped around how to help equip you to unleash all the spiritual power that's nested in you that perhaps has not even begun to be tapped. How to let that flow to the glory of God so that He can transform cities and nations for His glory. That's what this is. And I do it through the lens of business because, frankly, business funds everything. We fund everything. So my job is to be your Sherpa, to help you guide you up that mountain so that you can receive the revelations that are provocative, profound, prophetic, and practical so that you can lead a supernatural life right where you are in your business. And in fact, the next episode of Dr. Jim Unleashed is going to take the title of the book that Holy Spirit asked me to write that I didn't want to write. You'll hear a little bit more about that next time. How did and why did Holy Spirit say, I want you to title this work, Our Unfair Advantage? There's some profound and some provocative insights, and I'm going to share with you on the next Dr. Jim Unleashed. I hope this is an interesting introduction, an exciting introduction of what is to come. I am an apostolic teacher. I'm here to teach you and prepare you for what is to come. And this is just the first of what I pray will be hundreds, if not thousands, of Dr. Jim Unleashed episodes. Once again, please follow me on all of my social media at Dr. Jim Harris everywhere, on X, on Rumble, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. I ask you to connect with me and follow me on those. And together we will live unleashed. And we will unleash the full power of Holy Spirit in the world so that he can transform the world to God's glory. We'll see you next time on Dr. Jim Unleashed. Thanks for being with us today.